the legendary Pokey, the legend, David Schwartz, he's back! And he's giving out the craziest warning I've ever seen to this day. Right, usually he says things in plain sight. I mean, I think this one is kind of in plain sight. We'll see. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are having amazing. The XRP is around $2.16. Just ranging at this point. Okay, just ranging, same as Bitcoin. I'm very happy that they are consolidating these coins because we need time, right? A little bit of time. So I'm very happy about that, guys. Now, in today's video, it's going to be a very excitement filled, or shall we say, very thought provoking video. Okay, guys. Let us dig in. Now, guys, we're to the fun part of XRP in the XRP community. Now, this is called White Interesting from David Joelcat Schwartz. When I seen this, I'm like, yup, this is another one of those cryptic messages, right? But this one is like more so just fully shown to us in not any hidden way, perhaps. He says, "Farewell, Singapore." Okay. What do you guys notice from this picture right off the bat? Red, 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 red everywhere. Why is that the case? Right? Even the light's reflection off the water shows red. It's like bloody waters, right? Or like blood on the horizon. I don't know, right? Everyone in the comments are saying red, right? Red, red, red. Singapore airport is so efficient. It literally took me less than 30 minutes from the Fairmont hotel to my gate at the airport. But not only that, even with the airplane taxi to the runway, it took less than a minute to reach the runway. Very efficient airport. Interesting. Another efficient technology or thing that I know is the XRP ledger, right? A lot of people are saying red candle soon, right? Now, what could this really mean? Let us investigate. First things first, though, Mr. Poole called it first, right? He said to watch out for this area, this location, this place, right? And David Schwartz is basically the same photo, guys, right? It's just the angle of it is different. Interesting. For Mr. Poole, again, a big, fat confirmation, okay? Now, when we talk about how there may be red candles appearing soon, right? I mean, throughout time, or throughout the past months upon months upon months, we have just seen red on top of red on top of red. Yes, some sprinkles of green, guys, but it's mainly been red, okay, throughout time. Now, in my opinion, I do think there is a dump incoming because of this chart again, right? It needs to grab this liquidity, guys. Once it does, when the pump happens, it's going to happen quickly, right? And probably when we're at the bottom or near it or somewhere around there, guys, David Schwartz, or when we're about to fly, right, David Schwartz will post a very exciting tweet, is my prediction, because he always does, right? He always does. Now, but there are two ways to interpret this, guys. We'll talk about the positive, the bullish factor in just a bit, but people are now selling their 5 years of old Ethereum pile for XRP, right? This isn't a bad time to, if you are holding Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all these other coins, guys, this is not a bad time. This isn't financial advice either, but this isn't a bad time to sell Ethereum for XRP or Bitcoin for XRP, right? Because we're getting to the close of the range or the bottom of it, near it, right? Not a bad time because XRP will outperform Ethereum, Bitcoin in the coming months. I will say so myself. Now, talking about red, right, or bearish. Well, here comes Justin. Financial Stability Board warns cryptocurrency is nearing tipping points towards systemic risk. Oh, this is a crazy warning, to say the least. This comes from the Financial Stability Board, as an international body monitoring global financial systems, right? So these people are basically the overseers, I think, or at least they watch for these other sectors and industries, right? Recently flagged cryptocurrency's rapid growth, reaching a $2.6 trillion market cap by 2021 as a potential systemic risk, citing its increasing ties to traditional finance and vulnerabilities like liquidity mismatches per their February 2022 report. Now, this warning comes amid a surprising 2025 surge in Bitcoin's adoption, with institutional players like MicroStrategy adding billions to their holdings, challenging earlier dismissals of crypto as just internet money and prompting regulatory scrutiny. Historical data from the 2008 financial crisis shows how unregulated asset bubbles can destabilize economies. Wow. Suggesting the Financial Stability Board's concern may be grounded, though no peer-reviewed study yet quantifies crypto's full impact on modern financial stability, guys. This is crazy, huh? So these people are warning, hey, you may want to watch out for Bitcoin, right? Or cryptos in general, guys. Because who knows what will happen, right? During these times, in my opinion, I would say XRP is a safe haven asset, right? A hedge. But these other coins, I don't know. It's funny how this comes recently as well, right? Now, before we continue with David Schwartz's cryptic message here, I want to show this TikTok as well because it opens your mind, right? And this is why the channel is where it's at today, right? Because we decode when moon date, right? Or we try to stay ahead of the curve and try to stay 589 steps ahead, okay? And a key factor to all that is Gematria or numbers. Mr. Poole said this is a simulation attempt. You cannot stop it, right? So let us watch. Numbers are the language of God acting as a code that constructs the matrix, okay? So listen to this, and this may open your mind on why this is all happening right now.
Math. It's all numbers. You know that? Yeah, look. The ancient Jews used Hebrew as their numerical system, eh? Each letter's a number. Like the Hebrew A, Aleph, it's 1. B, Bet, it's 2. You understand? But look at this. The numbers are interrelated. Like take the Hebrew word for father. Av, Aleph, Bet. 1, 2 equals 3. All right? Hebrew word for mother, Aim, Aleph, Mem, 1, 40 equals 41. Sum of 3 and 41, 44. All right? Now, Hebrew word for child. All right? Mother, father, child. Yelad. It's 10, 30, and 4. 44. Torah is just a long string of numbers. Some say that it's a code sent to us from God.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's just kid stuff. Check this out, okay? The word for the Garden of Eden, Kedem. Numerical translation, 144. Now the value of tree of knowledge, all right, in the garden, right? Eitz Achayim, 233. 144, 233. And you can take those numbers. So,
you know, like the Fibonacci sequence?
Fibonacci.
Fibonacci is an Italian mathematician in the 13th century. If you divide 144 into 233, the result approaches theta.
Theta?
Theta. Greek symbol. Golden ratio, golden spiral.
Wow. I never saw that before. That's like that series you find in nature? Like the face of a sunflower?
So what are your thoughts, right? To me, it's that all these religions are like rivers, right? Or lanes that lead to the ocean. It's the same exact thing, but it seems like everyone has their own unique way of finding the truth, shall we say, right? So again, that's all numbers, guys, which on this channel we talk about all the numbers, right? Especially with these decodes as well, which comes out to specific meanings and stuff like that. So aside from that, maybe your mind is open a little bit, right? Just awaiting a special tweet. So again, back to that David Schwartz tweet, right? Very interesting. Now, 6:15 is today, right? 6:15, the storm begins, folks. Okay, the storm begins, coming soon. Interesting, a popcorn. Now, talking about Singapore, right? It was from this group. They mentioned this area as well, and then they said, "Is this a sky event?" Pertains to or connects with the sky somehow, right? When we talk about the sky or some type of event maybe looming, well, from County Bluff, he then posted a video that says incoming current north. Wow. Again, a sky event perhaps. I mean, for Mr. Poole, this person is looking towards the sky, right? And looking at all the lightning strikes happening as we speak. To this is for tomorrow's date. Again, the storm, right? All comes back to David Schwartz's tweet. But again, there's a bullish interpretation here soon. I first want to go through all this first. There are tanks in the streets. The financial system is ready and about to lock in, right? Even throughout the storm, the end goal is this right here from Brad Garlinghouse.
I think we have to acknowledge, Ben Bernanke, the former head of the U.S. Fed, came to one of Ripple's customer events, and one of the things he said is, countries will not give up their ability to control monetary supply. They will roll tanks into the streets first because it's giving up sovereignty. Now, we can debate whether or not some countries at the longer tail ever had control of their money supply. But the G20, I think I agree with Jeremy that digital cash, or excuse me, cash is anonymous and private and all those things. But if you ever walk into the bank and ask to withdraw $20,000 of cash, they're going to ask you a lot of questions.
Yep. I mean, when you see those tanks rolling in, guys, you know, it's like a precursor to the financial system switching over. Right, and what's happening in the world right now? Exactly, it's like this is all for the new financial system, guys. What's interesting is the United States defense budget is 895 or 895, shall we say, 589. Isn't that crazy? It sure is. Another meaning of the reset. So here comes the bullish side of David Schwartz's tweet. Right, we may say this is all bearish, but perhaps not, because people are mentioning how Singapore, right? Farewell bear market, time to singa, right? When we talk about singa, I love to singa about the Muna and the Juna and the Springa, right? From the bear himself, he said to watch out for this. When we talk about singa, right? Singapore, but it's interesting, poor as well, right? This is all like different things happening. The Springa, right? Spring as in move upwards, right? But look at this. This is actual proof that this could mean something positive instead of something bearish. In China and much of and much of East Asia, the color meanings in the stock market are the opposite of what's common in Western countries. Red equal bullish, price went up. What is this? And then green equal bearish, price went down. This is crazy, right? So David Schwartz tweeted out something very red, right, connected to Singapore, which could mean it's bullish, not bearish, right? That's crazy. But again, can XRP be bullish? Bitcoin is holding very strong right now. That's the craziest thing to me, right? But there are two key areas I'm watching for. One right here for Ethereum versus XRP versus ETH, right? And then for Bitcoin, a little bit lower as well. Okay, but at the end it is bullish because we're getting to that point, right? From Michael XBT, XRP has been consolidating for 7 months since it pumped 700% after breaking out of the 7-year pennant, which I predicted. It has now reached the end of its healthy consolidation period. The next major move will begin soon and should align with Bitcoin breaking the 8-year line, right? Again, this is bullish consolidation. Right? I do foresee a new all-time high being created, but at that point we'll see what really happens, right? Not to mention a new Ripple ad in New York City, right? So again, the Ripple is now bringing on their marketing again, right? The last time this happened was very bullish, right? If I remember correctly, or at least we were at previous all-time highs. Again, is that about to appear again? Here's another one. Singapore's Marina Bay Sands gets green light to build 587 room 4th tower. Close to what? 589. Huh? Another one. This looks like a letter or letters, right? E, maybe F. So let us watch out to see what happens. I'm thinking this is more bearish, but it could honestly interpret it. We could interpret it as bullish as well, guys. Right? It all depends on how you perceive things, I guess, at the end of the day. Now, Financial Advice, things are getting quite interesting, aren't they? But it's Sophie's Masons. See ya.